You may feel something unusual when you read the subject of this video. Have you ever seen or heard that anyone creates data-heavy document templates in Office Word without writing codes? Because creating data-heavy document templates are always software programmers' jobs which require to write a lot of codes in an application or a system. Then the application or the system can create new documents from the document templates that you created. But this video will show you that you can very easily to create data-heavy document templates in Office Word without coding if you are familiar with using Office Word. You will feel that almost everyone can do it after watching this video. The only extra skill required is creating simple SQL select statements. I would like to introduce you a new awesome application, SmarterDocx. It integrates with Office Word seamlessly as a Word add-in application. It gives you the abilities to create tabular reports, matrix reports and data-heavy document templates without coding in Office Word. I will demonstrate how to use SmarterDocx to create a data-heavy document template without coding in a Word document in this video. There are 4 easy steps that you need to create a data-heavy Word document template. Create data source objects. Create dataset objects. Add placeholders in template tables. Format data fields in test template. There is a SDocs tab in Word main menu. The SDocs tab is for the ribbon menu of SmarterDocx add-in. Now, you can see the ribbon menu bar of SmarterDocx add-in. The style and layout of the ribbon bar is very similar to other Word ribbon bars. Let's start to create a document template. First step, create data source objects. Data Source Wizard is the place to create the data source objects. Click on Data Source Wizard menu button. The system requires to save the document before creating the data sources. This is the welcome page of the Data Source Wizard. Click Next button. Because there is no existing data source that can be used, I will create a new data source in this video. There are 7 types of data source available in current version. I use an Excel file as the data source in this video. So, I select Excel as data source type. In order to create an Excel type of data source, the system needs Excel file path. Click on the Browse button to get the path of the Excel file. Select a spreadsheet of the Excel file. Click on Test Connection button. The date of the spreadsheet displays on the data grid if the connection was created successfully. Click Next button. Give a name to new data source object. Click Next button. Click on Finish button to save and close the Data Source Wizard. You can see new data source object in Data Sources pane. The properties of different data source type will be slightly different. One document template can have multiple data source objects. Second step, create dataset objects. Dataset Builder is the component to create dataset objects. Click on Dataset Builder menu button. This is Dataset Builder. The first thing that I need to do is to select a data source object for new dataset. Here is the data source which I just created. So, I select it. Give a name to new dataset. Click Query Text tab on the top. I paste a query into Query Text area. The select statement syntaxes are slightly different for different type of data source. You can find the details in SmarterDocx user guide. Click on Parsing Query button. The parsing result will show in the area below the query text. Click on Query Details tab on the top. You can see the detail of tables, data fields, and parameters. Click on Test Query tab on the top. This tab is for testing query and displaying query result. Click on Execute Query button. On the pop-up parameter form, I enter the value of customer ID for the parameter. Click on Execute Query button. The data requested by the text query will display in the data grid on the form. Click Save button to save the dataset object. You can see the new dataset object in the Datasets pane. I added another 3 datasets to this template. The query statements for the 4 datasets are listed on Word. Third step, add placeholders and template tables to the document template. Here is an initial invoice template. I am going to create a formal invoice document template step by step. All placeholders will be hidden data field style. Add customer name placeholders. Add address placeholders. Add mobile and email placeholders. Copy placeholders. Because they are the same fields. The spaces between the placeholders may merge with placeholders after copying. I have to delete them and add again. Add invoice details. Add salesperson details. Add a table here for sales details. Click on Create Tabular Report Template button on menu bar. Give a name to this template table. Click on Add New Template button. Select a dataset for this template table. We don't need to group data here. Add Sales Details field to Data Fields list. Select Block Layout option and tick Add Report Footer checkbox. Tick Include Data Fields checkbox. Set Product Name field as Ascending Sort Order. Click Create Template Table button to create the template table. Now, you can see the report template table has been created. Delete the placeholder for total quantity. This is data field list form. Find the total quality data field and delete it. Close the form. Add placeholders as expression data fields for summary details. Enable Edit Data Field mode. V0025 is a V-type parameter. Every single value data field has a V parameter for it. The data field which only merges one value to the template is a single value field. Set the right format for the data field. Let's test the template before I format other data fields. Click on Create Document menu button. I keep Customer ID unchanged. Click on Create Document button. The application is validating document and starting to create the invoice. Okay. Here is the invoice. The format for number fields and currency fields are incorrect. Step 4: Format data fields and test report. Select placeholders and change their formats. Disable Edit Data Field mode. The face of the button has changed. Edit Data Field menu button is a toggle button. You can't select anything on the document unless you disable the edit mode. Remove table last row borders. Move summary table up. Hide table grid lines. Click on Document Settings menu button. Change output document type to PDF. Save the changes. Click on Create Document menu button. I keep Customer ID unchanged. Click on Create Document button. The application is validating document and starting to create new invoice. We have created a document template for an invoice. This invoice template gives you the idea of how you can create a data-heavy document template with SmarterDocx. I would like to show you an extreme data-heavy document template. This is a home loan application form template. It has 428 data fields. You can create it in the similar ways that I showed you in the video, just take a bit more time to build without coding. Let me show you the application form created from this template. Now, you can see the loan application form. Do you think that you can create a document template by yourself if someone or your team leader asks you to create one? You can try it yourself by going to https://smarterdocs.com to download and install a copy of this add-in application in your PC. I have another 2 videos which show you how to use SmarterDocx to create tabular reports and matrix reports in Office Word without coding. Thank you very much for watching this video.